on Black History Month, bruh. Oh my goodness.
This video is brought to you by the Spider Combat Arena. Support the Kickstarter today.
So, where do I begin? Where do I begin? This has been one of the most tumultuous Black History Months that I've had in quite some time. All right, because it just seemed like they doubled, tripled down on all of their anti-Black racism, all of their, their representative tools they got out from the woodwork, and they're all just going ham on trying to attack Black people, on trying to make a mockery of the month, on everything that is emblematic of our relationship with this country. We love, we try to be loved, we try to want to be included, and constantly they are saying, no, leave us alone, I hate you, no, bye, go away. That it's such an abusive relationship Black Americans have with this country. But not speaking of Black Americans, speaking of foreigners, tethers, immigrants, whatever you want to call them, whatever the name is, I'm tired of this, because what we have is something that I've said before, is that unless there is an enforcement of the code, this is going to take place. And what I'm referring to is this Haitian individual, this Haitian immigrant, this Haitian tether who is now speaking on behalf of Black Americans. And the reason why he gets to do this is because much of the country doesn't care about your place of origin. They don't care, right? As long as it's a Black face, well then, you're Black American. That's how they view it. Especially if you're either A, doing something bad, or B, tap dancing. They are more than happy to bestow the crown upon your head. And sure enough, they really have a perverse proclivity towards homosexual immigrants.
Being white sounds stressful as hell. Now walk with me.
Beta! Now, I don't know what the deal is, but they really have a liking towards, the alphabet. And it seems that the right has just lost their way, because never in a million years would this Haitian alphabet individual be anywhere near something considered conservative, right-leaning, Republican, never in a million years. But here he is. He's out here with his sassy, bussy self, just sipping on a latte, talking about, walk with me, y'all, walk with me. And once again, embracing white culture, not Black culture, because this was never promoted, encouraged, or embraced in Black culture, not in Black American culture, and sure as hell not in African culture. So this person is a victim of white culture in this country. He has been buck broken, and has been buck broken to further propagate and disseminate this anti-Black toxin within the country. Right? They want to talk about unify, but everything they do is to divide. So it's this hypocritical, forked-tongue speech that I've just grown tired of. And what these people are nothing more than terrorists. And I'm thinking about it upon moving forward, but I'm thinking about just not even covering them or not saying their names, because we have to treat them how many people are now treating, these mass pew-pewers who go to schools and whatnot, where they don't even say their names, because you have to understand that some of them are so twisted in the head that they do these heinous actions in order to get recognition. That's what they want. They want to garner attention because they've been a nobody their whole entire life. And speaking of this individual, I'm not going to say his name, but when you think about people like this, that's what they are. They are terrorists. They are terrorists to the Black community. They are terrorists to this country. That's what they are. They are emotional terrorists. They are provocateurs. Their whole purpose is to garner attention for their overlord, for whoever is paying them and giving them the whip. That is what it is. They get a name out of this. They get clout and attention out of saying egregious, abysmal, anti-Black sentiments. That's how they get paid. So when you look at someone like this, look at the engagement of the post, look at the retweets, look as far as the views. That's what they are trying to farm. They say egregious, inflammatory, anti-black sentiments, and they know that black people, we're not going to have it, bruh. We're not going to have it. But what we have to do is let them die by the wayside. If we're not going to enforce the code to penalize these individuals, and you can read into that however you want. If you want, you did threaten. No, it's a joke. I'm not threatening anybody. It's a joke, just like David Lucas's joke, right, guys? Because in situations like this, if you can't control the fire, right? If the fire's gotten out of hand, what you have to do is you have to put a flame retardant on it, all right? You have to muffle it so where it gets no oxygen, because that's what these monsters want. They want social oxygen. You have to deprive them of that because that's how they live. We have got to fight this. What we're fighting is, in this video, he's just saying, once again, inflammatory, egregious things. Starting off, it's got to be stressful for white people.
Being white sounds stressful as hell. Now walk with me.
How would you know? Just right off the bat, you are a Haitian immigrant tether. How would you know how it is stressful for white people? Huh? Do you identify as white? Do you study white people? Are you constantly around white people and asking how stressful it is? Huh? So right off the bat, it's just virtue signaling. You are placating to an audience that cares not about your well-being. Then he goes on with the whole BLM. It must be stressful for white people because white people are out there protesting, and then they come back and the same people they were protesting with were destroying their communities.
White people were out there marching with Black Lives Matter just to have their homes and businesses destroyed that night by the same people they marched with. But what makes it even crazier is that if you spoke out about it, you were canceled faster than CNN+.
My mom says God hates gay people.
Just a bold-faced lie, because as we've seen time and time again, that much of the reckless behavior was not from black people. Furthermore, there were provocateurs within these groups that tried to put the blame on black people. With surprise, it doesn't take a lot of effort to try and accuse black people of some type of crime, because that's what they've done since we got here. But I want you to understand, just even with the framing of that, I find it interesting that when they come to January 6th, that was the FBI. When it comes to these individuals, walking around, that is the government. But when it comes to as far as fighting and protesting against police brutality and riots starting to happen and people burning down their own neighborhoods, that's all black people's fault, right? Nothing to see there. There's no government intervention. There's no provocateurs in there. There's no agitators or bad actors in there. Yeah, absolutely. That's just how they are. So you can miss me with this nonsense. Then he goes on with this, once again, this white victimhood narrative of, well, if you see color, you're racist. And if you don't see color, well, then you're ignoring racism.
And the rules for white people change every single day. If you see color, you're racist. If you don't see color, you're ignoring racism, which is somehow still racist.
Gay people are evil.
And it's just like, what these individuals have done, and when I mean individuals, I mean these saltines, these racists, these white racists on the right, is that they've made themselves victims. That's what they have done. Because they're like, I can't do anything right. If I see color, I'm a racist. If I don't see color, then I'm ignoring racism. And it's just, listen. I'm just really irritated by this just bold ignorance. When it comes to seeing color, the issue is not you see color, it's racism. The issue is when you see color. That is the issue. It's tantamount when it comes to the law enforcement. The issue is not the law. Well, in many cases it is, but the issue is how they enforce the law and who they enforce it upon. That's what the issue is. So this nonsense, bro, this is just nonsense. This is drivel. That's what this is. It's low IQ hanging fruit, fodder for their low IQ white racist saltine audience. That's what it is. When it comes to not being colorblind, the same principles apply, right? Everyone is all Americans. That's what the right constantly want to say. Well, you're not black American, don't even see color, you're just an American. But sure enough, let something happen and there's a black criminal there, what are they first thing to see? What's the first thing? Oh, it's a black criminal. Or if there's no mention of the criminal, well, I wonder why. It's probably because they're black. So this is what I'm talking about. If there is some reciprocity here, I would be all for it, because I think in principle, that's great. If you don't want to see color, by all means. But that doesn't mean that we don't acknowledge that some groups of Americans are going through certain disadvantages. To compare and put this blanket lens on everything, it's just crazy. You would not compare white people and Asians and just apply the same remedy if they have different problems, nor would you do it to Mexican and black or anyone else. So what this is, as I said before, it's an alleviation of any type of responsibility. That is what they want to do. They want to alleviate them of any type of responsibility or accountability for the actions that this country, which has been predominantly white, has taken place and enforced and subjected and oppressed one group of people. That's what they want to do. It's disgusting. But lastly, he goes on and says something about appropriation, cultural appropriation, but you participate. Listen.
And then you're told to embrace other cultures, but don't participate or it's cultural appropriation.
Hi, little fella. How are you doing today?
Listen, there's a difference between cultural participation and cultural appropriation. And if you don't know the difference, then look it up. Educate yourself. They're so quick to educate themselves on the founding fathers and Abraham Lincoln and I have a dream. Just that one sentence, and I have a dream. But when it comes to other things, like I said, there's plausible deniability, because they can say, well, technically, I didn't know. And I'm just sick and tired of this demonic behavior. And then you have these proxies for these demons. And like I said, just snuff them out, okay? Don't give them any oxygen. Don't give them any attention, because that's what they live on. They thrive off of that. And that's what makes them useful to, once again, their slave master. That's what makes them useful. That is their utility, that they have the ability to garner disdain and hatred and foment just callous behavior amongst people due to their egregious, tweets, their egregious statements. It's the same playbook Kunduz, Owens, and the rest of them do. That's how they make their money. So I say hit their pockets and mind them no attention. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lucas, everyone, black people are a monolith. Hey, we all need to have our own opinions. Why do you call someone who has a different perspective, a racial slur and all this? Honestly, I'm tired, bro. If you can't tell, I am pooped, fam. This is exhausting. This is just, I don't know, man. You have people like this. You have just so much bold ignorance, and then you have ignorance that's being promoted to people. That just this misinformation that is disseminated amongst people. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why I play video games, bro. Because I don't know how you can cover politics and not have some form of release. Video games and the gym, bro. That's what keeps me level. Anyways, if you happen to disagree with the video, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days, which is typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? How do we handle this infestation that is occurring within our community? Lord, please feel free to share and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Now walk with me.